What's going on, YouTube? Thank you for coming back to another episode of Scattered Brilliancy, and I am here to review episode 3 of season 2 of Hollywood. I was about to say Hollywood Divas. That's not the show. It's Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. So if you watch my other videos, I'm not doing full details. I'm just doing quick hits to give you an idea, what's going on in these people's lives. So episode starts off with Tierra and Hazel E. And speaking of Hazel, in her confessionals, Hazel's not necessarily a bad looking person, but the wig does not do her any justice. And I remember seeing an interview, I don't remember if it was Hot 97 or something like that. She was saying that Mona Scott, the person who put Love and Hip Hop together, was the person who suggested that she go blonde. And it just made me wonder, why did you suggest that she go blonde? Why does she need to go blonde? Because I think Hazel Lee would be a much better looking girl if she had darker hair, because that platinum blonde does not work out for everybody. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. But they meet up in a restaurant to kind of figure out where their friendship has gone. Back last season, Hazel Lee and Tierra Marie were close. They were roommates at one point. And over the course of last season, they ended up falling out with each other. A lot of it had to do with Young Berg, like I said in 2 videos ago, who's no longer part of the show. So now they're kind of realizing some lies that have been told, and they're just trying to get back on track. Tierra does apologize for some stuff that she has done to Hazel, and Hazel accepts. But Hazel, of course, is unsure whether or not they can be as tight as they used to be. When crazy women got me effed up, I always tend to call Lil B. She's like a sister to me. God broke the mold when he made Lil B. She's like no woman out there, and you gotta love her for it. So now in the next scene, we meet Brandy, and Brandy is Ray J's close friend, not to be confused with Brandy nor with his sister. This is Brandy with an I, rapper, actress, wife of Max Lux. I'll wait while you Google who that is. Right, so she's like a friend to him or something like that. And if you watch For the Love of Ray J, she was on there as like his assistant or something like that. I believe that's the same girl. But they meet up at the park, and Ray J just kind of telling Brandy, who goes by Little B, I guess. He's telling her all of the women issues he's having with Princess, and she's just very like, like y'all, this character is extra. Brandy is very extra, and I wonder if it's who she really is or if she's putting on for the show. But parts of me hope that she's not putting on for the show, and if she's not putting on for the show, like, golly, she's a lot to deal with, because it's all like everything she says is kind of like this. Oh, and let us not forget, I am the one and only, no, what'd she say? I am the one and only goddaughter to Miss Whitney Houston. Yes, you heard me, Miss Whitney Houston. And I'm trying to understand why that information is relevant to Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. I mean, everything in her confessionals looks like she's ready to headbutt the camera. It's this and this and this. So if y'all ever watch the show, watch how many times this chick bows forward when she's talking in her confessionals. I hope she doesn't do that throughout the whole season, because this and they know, and oh, it's just too much. Anyway, so like I said, Ray J is just giving her the rundown about his women issues with Princess and Tierra, and she's just like, oh my gosh. And she's like, I was cool with TT, but Princess, Tierra can go from how you doing to hey B word, so you better watch your back. And then Ray J says this line, if Princess doesn't get in line and understand what's up. Okay, I have a problem with that line. I have a problem with anybody in a relationship who is referring to the person that they're with saying that they need to get in line. That ain't cool. That ain't cool for you to speak that way of another person, let alone a man to speak that way about a woman. And I think that says a lot about his respect level for her, and I think it also says a lot about her respect for herself to be with a man like that, because it's not like he just became this way. I didn't like when he said she needs to get in line. I did not like that line at all. So Mona, next time, don't put that in the script. Don't put that in the script next time. Ray J asked her how, the family is doing. So let me just give you the rundown on Lil B's background and why she's on this show. Like I said earlier, Lil B is with some super producer named Max Lux. They've been, I guess, together or married for 11 years, but they are currently married. Max Lux used to cheat on her, and now he's currently on the straight and narrow. And she still has issues with trusting him and all that kind of stuff because old buddy don't be liking to wear his ring when he be out and stuff, and he be leaving his ring at the house, and they baby be finding the ring on the floor when he be putting his ring. I'm sorry, y'all. And he just doesn't wear his wedding ring. So when people end up in cheating situations and stay, I guess because you're married, that's the thing you're supposed to do, but I'm not gonna necessarily say once a cheater, always a cheater, but how many times can you take somebody back after they done cheated on you? Really. So that's pretty much the introduction into her. Yeah, we'll get back to her a little bit later. Next, we catch up with Soulja Boy. He's recording the video for his #1 hit, Whipping My Wrist. Whipping my wrist, whipping my wrist, boom, boom, whipping my wrist, whipping my wrist. I feel like that's the dance move that should go with that song. Whipping my wrist, boom, boom, whipping my wrist, whipping my wrist. Don't steal my dance. Nas, the girl who is saying that she's in a relationship with her and who is Nia's ex-best friend, shows up to the video shoot, and she's just trying to ask him, like, what's up, like, what's going on with us, like, and he's like, well, there really is no us because I'm with Nia, and you knew I was with Nia before you let me smash, so there really shouldn't be a problem. And she's just like, oh my gosh, I thought we were together and I thought y'all weren't anymore, so like, what's up? Let me fix my hat. And that's pretty much all that's going on in this scene. And Soulja Boy's stance is pretty much, you knew what the deal was before we got it in together, so you really shouldn't be tripping right now. And on one hand, that's honest and that's real, because if a female knows that a guy's in a relationship and she still decides to sleep with him, she should not, question him about if he's with her and what they're gonna do and what their future is when he already has a future with somebody. To be honest with you, never mind. Now I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Where are these women's fathers, brothers, male cousins, uncles, guy best friends? Like, where are the male figures in these women's lives who can step in and say, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? You're better than that. Like, why is there no one in these females' lives telling them they are better than the BS that they put up with from these men? These men are gonna continue to do this kind of stuff, to sleep around, to be trifling, as long as there's a female out there who is letting them be trifling. The thing that females have yet to grasp and understand is that if y'all really, really, really wanted men to step up to the plate and be the type of man that y'all say that y'all want, y'all have complete power and control to make it happen. If girls started requiring more from the men that they dealt with, they would not put them through the mess that they put them through. If girls would set that bar, push it up a little bit higher, these shows would not be the way that they are. I swear to you they wouldn't. Because tell me, as much as guys love the thing that the females offer, y'all know what I'm talking about because I'm not gonna say the word. As much as they love that, you cannot tell me that they wouldn't change their ways, the way they live their life, if the women would change their standards for giving it out. You see what I'm saying? Like, I just don't understand how women have yet to grasp the concept that they can change the way men treat them. It's gonna be a process, but you got so many people out here who's just so desperate to have a man and who just want some peen that they gonna take it wherever they can get it. They're gonna take it even if it's from their best friend's man. Like, that's so trifling. Oh my gosh. And the man is just as trifling for sleeping with his girlfriend's ex-friend. Like, oh, where are their fathers? So that's all Soulja Boy and Nia is talking about. Not Nia, Nas is talking about. And Soulja Boy kept telling her to stop tweaking. So I'm assuming that's a new slang for tripping. Stop tweaking, shout it. Next up, we meet up with, who's next? Little Fizz and Kamaya. Little Fizz, again, reiterates the fact that he is single. I think he might say it in every episode that he's loving the single life. And then we meet up with Kamaya, who's a model. And They have something going on. Kamaya had to be in town for something, and Little Fizz gave her the key to his place for her to stay there since she didn't have anywhere else to stay. And he allowed her two drawers. He allowed her two drawers in his place for her to leave her stuff. He got back in town, saw that she rearranged everything, so he was going to... No, this scene, he goes to meet up to get his key. So he's yet to go and see what's happening. And the whole time Lil Fizz is talking to her, it's all like this. Like, I mean, you know, he talking to her like this. He's smiling the entire time that he's on camera. Like, he's smiling at her, like, just like this. And, you know, we good. We good, man. You know, we date. We good. The whole time, it's just like this. Next up, we're at Brandy and Max Lux's home. And for him to be a super producer, doesn't look like a super producer's home. You know, I'm not judging. I'm just saying, when you say that you're a super producer, that to me tells me that you're getting work. But that house don't look like you're getting work. That probably sounded really rude, but I know I'm not the only person who thought it. But anyway, they're at their house, and she's just talking about, I found your wedding band on the floor. The baby found it. Why you not wearing your wedding band? He giving all these reasons for why he's not wearing his wedding band, and she shouldn't worry about it. Despite the fact that he's been cheating and stuff like that, she shouldn't worry about the fact that he's not wearing his wedding band. She knows he's not wearing his wedding band because when he has his wedding band on, he can't get as many girls with it on. So she wants to know why he ain't wearing a wedding band. And he on the confessionals talk about, she's worried for all these reasons, thinking that I'm doing this, and this. Wait a minute. The reason why she thinks you're doing all of that is because you used to do it. Why do people question people when they start suspecting you were doing the things that you used to do? Like they just pulled it out the air. I think he's cheating today. He's never cheated before, but I think he's cheating today. People are gonna suspect you of doing the things that you used to do because you used to do it. I mean, making a long story short, Lil B, Brandy has trust issues with her husband Max, and that's the bottom line. This chick has posed as a pizza delivery person. She's hidden in the trunk. She's bugged his phone, all because she has trust issues. If you do not have trust, you don't really have a relationship, not a stable one. Next up, we're with April, Nia, and the girl that I told y'all that was at the workout last week who we didn't know who she was introduced this week, not necessarily as a... Oreo, shut up! Not necessarily as a main character, but her name is Shonda. So they're at brunch, I guess. And Nia's just talking about the fact that Nas is thirsty and delusional. Nia has a bad habit of the orange calling the apple fruity. Like a real bad habit. Nia, trust me, if Nas is delusional, you're just as delusional. To think that she's delusional when it's your man who's playing the both of you. Oh man, that bothers me. Like, how do you allow yourself to look so dumb on TV? Anyway. They talking about that. April talking about, I don't think she would have messed with him if he wasn't famous. I mean, I can't really say, but females, is Soulja Boy really that attractive? I mean, is it the money? I mean, or is he just a fine young gentleman? Y'all let me know. Either way, she said she gonna meet up with her. So that's what they do. I believe the next scene, is that the next scene? Because I don't even feel like stopping the camera. Heck nah, bruh. Next three scenes, real quick. First scene, Milan meets up with Hazel. Hazel just asking. Hazel first tells Milan that she met up with Tierra, and Milan is like, whoa, I know what y'all went through. You my ride or die. You're my friend, so I'm just concerned for you. Just be careful, with that whole situation with them again. Milan talks about the fact that before he was out the closet, he used to go to the straight clubs with Hazel as his girlfriend, and then, he came out the closet and he had to do that no more. She's asking him about Miles, and Milan is just like, I really don't know what's going on. Like, he might be cheating on me because, what is it that's really holding him back from committing to me aside from the fact that he's not out the closet? All right, that's into that scene. That's all that matters. Then we go to Little Fizz, like I was saying earlier. He gets back to his place, and he finds that Kamaya has rearranged everything. The two drawers that he allotted to her have turned into more than that. And he's like, we're not that. We're not there. We're not there. We're just smashing. Let's be clear. I gave you two drawers. Just the two small ones. So yeah, he's like, oh, I need to go talk to I need to go talk to her because this ain't cool. He need to go talk to her about the fact that she moved all his stuff around. Then we get to Nas and Nia. They have their meetup in the club, and of course it ends with a drink being thrown. But my whole thing is, what is the whole thing about throwing drinks? It must feel good to throw a drink on somebody. Like that's probably like the ultimate disrespectful thing, aside from spitting on somebody, that you can do is throw a drink. Just threw a drink right in your face. Threw a drink right in your face. That must feel really good. But anyway, they argue. Nia probably tells her she's delusional again, and then Nia grabs the cup by the top, which is different. I've never seen anybody throw a drink like this and she grabs it and they don't fight. My thing is, like I said in that last video, nothing but space and opportunity, and still nobody got any licks in, really, unless they cut it out the show. All this time you could have mollywopped, wop, right there if you wanted to, but you didn't, because you really didn't want to. Or maybe it wasn't in the script to fight. And also during that scene, Nia made that teeth remark again. You got a glass house and you're throwing stones. Security pulls them apart and we move on to the next scene. Next we meet up with Nikki and Brandy, and apparently Brandy and Nikki know each other, and according to Nikki, they've known each other for years. Nikki's telling Brandy about her lingerie line. They're at the fabric store. She's looking for, I guess, fabric for her lingerie. Then she tells Brandy, no, you should wear some for your man. And she's like, my man need to get some act right in him before I'm gonna wear it for him. Then she goes through the whole spiel of the fact that he's not wearing his wedding ring, and he doesn't wear it when he's going to the studio. And again, another case where a female is talking about the wrong person, as in, she's upset that he doesn't wear his ring when he goes to the studio. That's valid, very valid. Now, why are you concerned with what the females may or may not do when he doesn't have his ring on? Your main concern, people, I ain't shaved today, so I got a hat on. People, listen to me. Your main concern when you are in a relationship is the person you are in the relationship with. You cannot concern yourself with what everybody else around y'all is going to do. There are people who are going to try to come in between you and the person that you're with. Wedding ring there or wedding ring absent, it does not matter. People will try to come in between your relationship. Do you really think a piece of metal on someone's left hand is going to stop them from trying to make a move if they're trifling in their spirit? They're still going to try to do it. So why she's so concerned about what these females may or may not do when they see him without his ring blows my mind. Your main concern, little B, needs to be your husband being faithful and doing what he's supposed to do, whether he has his ring on or not. I'm going to do a video later on this week about why I chose to get married, and I'll talk about all of that kind of stuff and wedding rings and what I think about it. But females, you are concerned about the wrong thing. Stop concerning yourself with all these other females out here. Concern yourself with your man. And if your man can't get his act together and do what he's supposed to do, you need to cut his tail loose. Instead of stressing yourself out, worrying about what he's doing with who is he doing it with, and where are they doing it at. I don't know if I can keep watching this show now that I'm looking at it from an analytical standpoint. I don't know if I can keep watching it because I'm feeling frustrated every time I watch these shows now. I'm like, y'all are so stupid. And that's a mean word to you. Next, we meet up with Little Fizz, and he's at the gym with Omarion and Willie from Day 26. His character is being introduced in this episode. And Omarion talks like this in his confessionals. Meeting up with my boy Fizz and my boy Willie at the gym. Everything he says is these staccato head movements. They're very precise. Just like, and we're gonna do it like that. You feel me? Everything he says is just kind of like this in his confessionals. Meeting up with Fizz and Willie at the gym, and we gonna get it in. Feel me? Aight. So they're meeting up at the gym. I'm so tired. I'm tired. They meet up at the gym and they're talking about Fizz's issues with Kamaya, and I think pretty much they say you need to handle that. Willie, who just seems to be the person with the sound mind, is saying you need to make sure that what you're telling her matches what you're doing. Clap it up for Willie Taylor, y'all. Clap it up. I hope his character does not lead us astray. That is some insightful stuff for you people. You need to make sure that your actions match what you're telling her. Ho! If we all did that, what kind of life would we be living? Next up, we're at Milan's apartment, and Miles is there. Milan just want to know why you're not moving in with me. Like, what's up? Are you cheating? He asked. And Milan has been acting like, this. I don't want this to sound disrespectful. I think I said last episode that they had that typical female-male relationship where you got the female who wants the relationship and wants all this kind of stuff, and then you got the male who just really ain't trying to hear it because he's out there messing around and cheating and all that kind of stuff. That was totally the roles right here today. Miles, he's like, he flips. He never answers the question, are you cheating? He just responds to his question with the question. And Milan should have let that slip. He shouldn't have let him do that, because in doing that, he was able to escalate the situation and get out of it because he didn't even answer or address the fact that you just asked him, was he cheating? But anyway, that's really all that happens. Milan wants to know why you're not moving in, what's really going on. And Milan makes a statement that I can have another dude in here every night if I wanted to. I mean, now you really shouldn't have said that, but that upset Miles because I guess he didn't want to think of his man. Never mind. So I'm getting tired. I got to get off here. So that pisses Miles off. So Miles takes his glass with his Kool-Aid in it, and he lets it roll off his fingers onto the floor, and the glass shatter noise sounded like an inputted sound effect, like, because that sounded like he chucked it and he let it fall out his hand and hit the floor, and you heard the shatter, and it was red. That's disrespectful. And then he walked out. And that's all that happened in that scene. All right, now we're meeting up with Kamaya and Fizz, and there's some rock climbing thing. And this is Fizz's opportunity to let her know, what the deal really is, that they're not in a committed relationship, that is not as serious as she's making it seem, to the point that she moved all that stuff in. And that is when that infamous line about, you ever been to a restaurant and you had your appetizers, but you still got your main course? Are you calling me an appetizer or a main course? I'm saying you an appetizer and I'm sampling. That was so, I don't think chauvinistic is the word that I'm looking for, but that was a little disrespectful. Pretty much, but I mean, he was being honest. He was just saying that I'm dating other people. Whose dog is that? That he's dating other people and he's seeing other females, and she's not the only female that he's seeing, and that he's just out here having fun, sticking his peen wherever he wants to. And if you're down with that, cool. But if not, not. However, she's gotten a different picture in her mind. He was leading her to believe something different, I guess, through introducing her to his mother and other important people in his life. That made her feel like it was something more serious than it really was. And that is his bad. I don't believe that when you're just dating around that you need to be introducing somebody to all the important people in your life, because that really does give the other person the impression that this is something more serious than it is. Especially when you're the person who has the mindset that you are seeing multiple people, but that person has the mind frame that you're the only person that they're seeing. So that's just a lot. That just has everything to do with y'all needing to be on the same page and all that kind of stuff. So that's pretty much how it ended. He asked her, was she off the menu? And I guess she was taking herself off the menu. And she said that she was going to stop by that day and pick up all the stuff that he made it seem like she moved in. All in all, it's really unfortunate because he was coming off real cocky. But I know females like that kind of thing. So, to each his own. And the final scene is Brandy and Nikki showing up to the studio where Brandy's husband is, because he didn't wear his ring, so she wanted to stop by the studio to find out what was going on. She busts in there, see a female with her arms around him, and she starts to go off, and then the episode goes off. Why do I watch this show, y'all? Oh, because I needed more videos to do. That's what it is. Anyway, I got a couple video ideas in mind that'll be coming soon, within the next week, hopefully. So be looking out for those, so it won't just be this ratchet video. Ooh, culture. But please remember to like, rate, comment, and subscribe. And I'll be seeing y'all later on this week. Thank you so much for watching. I truly do appreciate it. And I hope y'all have a great rest of the week. And I'll be seeing y'all soon. Peace.